Hello, peoples of the internet. This is Eminough, and we are back with some more TerraGenesis. Now, you'll see that we've got a culture point, but we're not quite at the 25,000 population that we need for the next culture point. So, what happened? Well, just after I stopped the video, actually, on Monday, just after that, just after I stopped that video, I got a message which told me that there was a drink, like a beverage, that was being that was being developed and becoming popular in Zakharov's wish. And we could either promote it and get 1,900 credits or thereabouts per minute additionally, or we could let it develop on its own and we'd get a culture point. Now, I had never seen this before, so I think I almost waited too long before it would have disappeared. But I said, leave it alone. Let's get that culture point. So we are starting this episode, ladies and gentlemen, with a culture point, which has never happened before. And I think this might be the beginning of a very good trend for this series, or at least for this planet. Who knows if it will happen on Mars, on Mercury, or Venus, or any of the exoplanets that we try to terraform. Who knows? But let's go ahead and spend this culture point on becoming closer to being completely independent. I'm assuming from the homeworld, which is probably Earth, although it does mention that there are other planets which are currently inhabited, which is another cool bit of lore that I didn't notice in the last episode. Now let's see what this transmission is. 3 free Genesis points. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I remember complaining a lot about how many commercial breaks we had to have last time, and I'll try to keep them to a minimum throughout the entire series, of course. But let's go ahead and accept this one. And maybe one or two more throughout this episode. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and accept this, and I'll see you on the other side of the cut. All right, and we're back, and it looks like we're just getting a bonus number of credits, maybe based on how many are being offered. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. Either way, let's go ahead and carry on with this. Oh, 6 million credits in exchange for 10% reduction in the independence movement. This could be a big game changer in terms of stopping more anti-intellectual movements. But at the same time, that's 2 whole Genesis points. That's 2 whole culture points. Is one culture point worth 3 million credits to me? That's what it's asking. And as much as I would like to have the credits to be able to stop more anti-intellectual movements, I'm going to have to refuse. We're just getting so close, ladies and gentlemen. What is this transmission for? Mining revenue. No thanks. But if we come over here, we're almost 3/4 of the way done. We are at 65% victory. That would have set us back to 55. That would have been a huge loss for the Martian people. I just can't sell them out for 6 million credits. But we do have 6 million credits right now, and we can't spend it on researching anything new because we're still researching the Habdome. I do pause this game between episodes because so many things can go wrong if you leave a planet uninhabited. So I pause the game whenever I stop recording an episode, just so that nothing bad does happen. But we do have 46 Genesis points. We've gotten quite a few. So let's see. It'll cost 9. That'll put us back to 35. No, to 37. I think it's worth it. I personally think that it's worth it. Now, if we go, let's come over here to Zakharov's Wish. No, I'm sorry, people of Wondermere. I got you confused with your big sister or your big brother. I don't know if Zakharov Wish has a definite gender being associated with it. Let's go ahead and build our very first hab down, which is going to cost 1 million credits, which is a pretty big amount, but it's definitely a worthy investment. And let's also build one over here, especially considering the spaceport, which has been built, which is contributing a huge amount of people to Mars overall. Now we've been bumped back 2 million credits, but like I say, it's not about the money. It's about providing as good a place to live for the people of Mars as possible in game. And overall, for the viewership of this channel, it's more about providing an enjoyable viewing experience that's as seamless as possible, as relaxed and as calming as possible, and also as educational as possible. So if you have any questions about space exploration, about a particular planet, or about terraforming, feel free to go ahead and ask that question. I'll do my best to answer it. Maybe in a comment, or a reply to your comment rather, or maybe even in an actual episode. Now, there are crime rates rising in Zakharov's Wish. The local police are doing their best to get it under control, but in the meantime, Zakharov's Wish has become a substantially less attractive place to live. Now, I don't like that wording, that it's become substantially less attractive. We're going to have to see about that. We're going to have to decline that revenue boost, my good game. Let's go to the population tab and see how the organized crime is affecting the population growth. It's exactly counteracting the native birth rate, which is interesting, or the amount of people that are coming because of a hit play or a hit video game. So overall, it hasn't made a huge difference, but now we are under 200 people per minute in terms of population growth. And my word, I just double tapped that globe icon again. I need to stop that. In any case, the status update is as follows. The year is 2081. We have 4,770,000 credits and growing at a rather substantial rate. We are still trying to increase oxygen, and we have a population of nearly 13,000 people living on Mars. And we are getting to the point where it's noticeably better for people to live on. I mean, for animals and humans, this arrow for temperature has moved to the right noticeably, and also especially for the plants and microbes. We're not quite there with the pressure, with the O2 levels, or even with the water levels. But we are getting there. And as soon as these 4 meters are in the green, or really even in the yellow, for the plants and the microbes, then we can start increasing the biomass, the terrestrial plant support factor of Mars. And that, I have a feeling, is coming very soon. Maybe in this episode, maybe in the next episode, who knows? We'll have to see. Now, this transmission is pitching us culture revenue boost, but let's decline. We don't need that right let's actually take a look at the satellites. Now we can actually build colonies on Phoebes and Deimos, which are the two natural satellites of Mars. And then we have a potential 5 satellites that we can build ourselves. After your citizens helped out a nearby ship in distress, the captain is offering you their personal discount in gratitude. Buy 500 Genesis points and get 250 more free. You can use these Genesis points here on Mars or transfer them to other planets so they never go to waste. I'm going to have to decline that. That was a very bold pitch, game. I think your neural engine or whatever is teaching you what ads I react to best might have told you, hey, he's probably going to react well to this ad for Genesis points. And honestly, if I had more disposable income, I might have taken you up on that, but I do not right now. Thank you for the offer though. 2 free Genesis points. Listen, game. We just did this with the short video for free Genesis points. Not 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna decline this one. I'm gonna try and space these out a little bit more. Oh, but I forgot, we were talking about satellites. So we have the space elevator, which for the Socket colony, which is the colony to and from which the space elevator is going, it's going to give plus 250 population per minute and plus 50,000 credits per minute. That is massive. That is a lot of money. Then we have Soletta, which is a giant orbiting mirror, and which is also apparently automated with advanced AI programming and sensor arrays, so that it can automatically and autonomously manage the global temperature, which is ridiculously cool. I'm actually a computer science computer science major in real life, but I am taking a little bit of a break from classes right now, but I'm going to be starting back up relatively soon. Anyways, let's see what this is. 1 free Genesis. What game, are you just trying to lower the number of Genesis points I'm getting in hopes that it's going to improve my chances of responding? Oh game. Oh game. Anyways. Oh, and this is actually 50% cheaper for guns. Let's just see how much that would be. 25 million credits. And so I'm assuming that, for example, the space elevator, 100 million credits. Let's see, a recent influx of immigrants into Wondermere have formed a thriving LGBTQ community. Nice diversity there, developers. Mixing local traditions with their own. Mixing local traditions with their own, these settlers have enriched the native landscape and left a permanent mark on the culture of Wondermere. Very cool. Okay, so 100 million credits to build the space elevator. 25 million for Soletta, but also we do get a 50% construction discount because we're daughters of Gaia, or sons of Gaia for you men out there. Sky Farm, which grows more food for people in space, which is really, really cool. Let's see what this transmission is. Okay, mining revenue boost. But that's really cool. How much does this cost? 50 million. Okay, the Lagrange Academy, my personal favorite. Fixed in orbit at the L4 Lagrange point, the Lagrange Academy literally leads the world in higher education. Literally higher education, because they're in space. Elite enough to carry incalculable prestige, but large enough to educate vast swaths of public servants, entertainers, lawmakers, and regular citizens. This facility will allow for an unprecedented level of cultural guidance, transforming our global culture from a rigid set of traditions into a fluid, adaptable entity. That is ridiculous. And actually, that gives me an idea. I might do some videos later on, or maybe some series for each of these satellites and how they might work. That would be really cool, a really cool project for me to take on. Let me know in the comments below if that would be something that would interest you, because I would happily do that. 50% construction discount for UNSA, the United Nations Space Administration, and the Orbital Surveyor. Ground-penetrating scanner technology mounted on a massive orbital platform will now allow us to pre-scan the area around an outpost or the outpost, probably an outpost, but around outpost for valuable resources, so our miners will know exactly what to dig before they even break ground. Now, I like this one pretty well too, but we're not going to be building this one first. Let's see what this transmission is. Mining revenue boost. No thank you. In any case, now that we have the artificial satellites unlocked, I think what we're going to do first is we're going to build the Lagrange Academy, and then, no, what I think we need to do is we're going to build a space elevator first. Even though it is the most expensive, this is going to take a very long time to save up for. Then after that, we're going to build the Lagrange Academy, and then Soletta, and then Sky Farm, and then the Orbital Surveyor. No, the Orbital Surveyor, and then the Sky Farm. I think this is the order in which we're going to do those massive projects. Alright, the year is 2082. We have 6,370,000 credits in climbing. We have 13,041 population, and I think, yeah, we're still under 200 population growth per minute. And that's fine. We're getting there. I mean, we were above 200 population growth per minute, and then there was a rash of organized crime in Zakharov's Wish, which was producing most of the population growth. In any case, it's fine. We can deal with this. Let's see where this transmission is pitching us. Both mining revenue and cultural revenue. You know what? I think I'm going to... Oh, but this counts towards the commercial count. A hit novel has been released, which portrays Wondermere as a sexy, vibrant, exciting city full of thrilling adventures and exotic romance. People have begun flocking to Mars in the hope of capturing the stream for themselves, resulting in a minor population boom for Wondermere. Awesome. Okay, I think we should be good. We've got more boost left than we have episode left, so we should be good in terms of that for right now at the very least. Now, I need to go get some water because my throat is actually feeling kind of dry and parched right now. So why don't you guys take just a moment to watch the world turn, appreciate how much incredible progress we've made so far towards terraforming Mars, and I will be right back as soon as I possibly can. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Oh, but first, let's answer this transmission. Just cultural revenue, no thank you. A group of ambitious miners at Simud Beta have been working day and night to improve their operation. Thanks to their efforts, the level 2 mine has been upgraded to level 4. That is a minor miracle. I appreciate the pun. I'll see you guys in just a moment. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. That turned into a water break as well as a bathroom break. So it took a little bit longer than I was expecting. Let's error break this falling star. Now, let's see what this transmission is all about. Both. Again, I think we should be good. But we currently have 13,108 population, 7,280,000 credits in climbing, and the year is only 2083. We have made a lot of progress in not very much time at all. If you guys remember, early on in the series, episodes 1 and 2, we weren't making very much progress at all. And I was assuring you that while terraforming is a long, arduous, and technologically complex problem to solve, and as well as long, arduous, and technologically complex process overall to undertake, if we keep at it, if we make correct decisions along the way, or do so to the best of our ability, then not very long after that, we would be making some very good progress, and we are. So I hope that as you guys go about your days, as you maybe play this game for yourselves, you'll remember, just make well thought out decisions from the beginning of the game all the way through the end of the game, and in just 100 short years, not even that. It's awesome that we just found some pay dirt. But in just 60 or so years in game, look at how much progress we've made. If we go to the map, look at all the water that's been added to the surface of Mars. And that's no small feat. That is billions and billions of gallons of water that we've added to the surface of Mars, as well as having brought to Mars, whether through native birth rate or through immigration, we've brought over 13,000 people to Mars. 13,141 right now. And that is an incredible incredible feat, especially considering that a one-way trip to Mars takes several months. We are making some terrific progress, and I'm personally very happy with how this is turning out. Now, let's go and look at the research tab, and actually let's go ahead and see what this is. 1 free Genesis point. No thank you, game. And let's go ahead and research palladium mining, which is going to cost 6 million credits to do, but it is instantaneous. So now, let's go ahead and go to Gorman, however you'd like to pronounce it. Let's go ahead and narrow our search all the way down as far as we can, and let's do some scanning for palladium. Just some really quick initial scans. Ooh, I saw some really big spikes somewhere around here. Oh wow, that is a huge amount of palladium. 800,000 credits. Yes, I'm sure. Look at how much money that is making. Of course, it's not really producing more than the alpha and then the beta 1 silver mine is, but still, that's going to be a big help for our overall economy. Let's see what this transmission is. Cultural revenue boost. No thank you, game. Alright. While we're waiting for something new to happen, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our culture tab. And just look at how far we've come. Look at how close we are to being independent. We're really making some great progress here, ladies and gentlemen. And if we come over here, we'll see that in terms of the habitability indicators, which are temperature, air pressure, O2 content, and water levels, we really are making a very big amount of progress for having only been terraforming for about 60 or 70 years. I think we're approaching our 72-year anniversary of having people living on Mars in this game. All right. Now let's go ahead and answer this transmission. Cultural revenue boost. No thank you. We currently have about 1.6 million credits. We're growing at 184,969 credits per minute. That is massive. That is more than I was expecting, even after we built that palladium mine. That is a really big amount of money that we're making every single minute of real-time gameplay. Oh, we've got a great programmer in Zaharob's Wish. I didn't know that. I don't remember that. That's still amazing. I wonder if that's like one of my descendants living there. That would be really, really weird. And also kind of cool. Anyways. Also, you'll have to pardon if you hear any chewing noises or anything like that, because I did grab a snack on the way back over to the recording studio. Which, I'm not in a completely different building from where I live. I've just got a corner of the basement that I record in. But on the way back from the bathroom, I did grab a quick snack, so that's what you're hearing if you hear any chewing sounds. So I apologize in advance for that. Let's not have another commercial break for mere cultural revenue boost. We've got plenty of that for right now. Now, I remember starting to talk about those canyons, and actually let's come up here. Look at how huge those canyons are. We have some pretty big canyons here on Earth, like the Grand Canyon, but nowhere near this scale. Mars has such fascinating geology. And I guess it wouldn't be geology because the prefix geo technically means Earth, but it has such fascinating marsology, I think is the correct term. I think it's marsology. But whatever it is, the structure of its crust, the very surface layer of the planet, is so interesting. It's no wonder that NASA spends so much time, money, and effort to send probes to study it. It's definitely worth it, even if only from a scientific standpoint. We can learn so much and get so many cool pictures, so much cool information about the formation of other planets. Oh, it's so cool. I love it so much. Oh, I was wondering what that question mark up in the top left corner does. It pulls up the help menu. That's good to know. Oh, we've got a minor population boom in Zakharov's Wish because of a hit film that which features it. That's pretty cool. I automatically go back to the population tab, of course, to see how that affects it. Oh look, we've got a native birth rate in Wandermere. We've got 1 person per minute being born in Wandermere. That's really cool. If you remember from last episode, we didn't have any people being born in Wandermere. Everybody that lived there had moved there. But now people are being born in Wandermere. That's really, really cool. And it's also pretty cool that we've got a great programmer that's earning 1,400 credits a minute because of how incredibly talented he is. I bet he's going to make some really good contributions to the Soletta spacecraft satellite when we finally get around to building that one. Now let's see what this incoming transmission is. Pardon the voice cracks and everything. It kind of comes with the soft tones that I try to speak in. Anyways, let's go ahead and decline that. All right. Now we're still trying to increase our oxygen. And, oh, we only have one facility space available in Wandermere. But that's totally okay. Now, I think we're already building a kelp farm. Yeah, and it's going to be done in 43 minutes. So not quite in this episode unless we hurry it. Yeah, 2 Genesis points. That's worth it to me. Oh, look at that. It takes pressure away from the atmosphere. That's weird. Let's do... So we've got a talented journalist in Wandermere. rapidly gaining popularity all across Mars. With right support, she could become a true cultural phenomenon. How should we promote her work? Paid broadcasts or live shows? So just because with the nature of her work, journalism doesn't particularly lend itself that well to live shows. I think we should do paid broadcasts for this one. Now this is really cool. Look at this. Though not as visible as land-based rainforests, most of Earth's oxygen is actually produced by great kelp forests in the ocean. By replicating this process in a lab, we can produce enormous quantities of oxygen even before this planet can support a native kelp population. And that is really cool. Really cool. 2 free Genesis points. Well, it has been long enough. I think I'm going to take this offer. Please excuse me, everybody. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we are back. We've gained 3 Genesis points. And it looks like a little bit of a few credits and a little bit of population. Now let's go ahead and see how that kelp farm has affected the growth rate of oxygen in the atmosphere. Quite a bit, it looks like. 217 parts per million per minute. That's going to really accelerate the rate of oxidation in the atmosphere. And let's just go ahead and check on the pressure growth. Because as you can see, the kelp farm does take some of the pressure away from the atmosphere. But we are still growing at a rate of 74 pascals per minute, which admittedly is going to mean that it takes quite a while for us to get to 100,000 pascals from 23,000 pascals. But at this rate, it's only going to take about 7 hours of gameplay for us to get to the pressure goal, which admittedly is a while. That's almost 10 episodes worth of waiting. Let's go ahead and decline that one. Yeah, pardon the sounds. Like I said, I got a snack with me. It's a soft snack though, so you don't have to worry about any crunching sounds. That might arise. In any case, I think it is still kind of weird that we are still trying to increase oxygen. So just as a bit of a preemptive action, I'm going to go ahead and look for what we're going to be working on next. Should we work on temperature, pressure, if we can swipe next, water levels, or perhaps population growth? Personally, I'm in favor of working on pressure next. And we do have almost 3.6 million credits, which is easily enough to research. Oh, actually, we don't have enough to research the pocket line. Plus 100 pressure, plus 20 oxygen, and plus 1,875 credits per minute. Hold on. So, what we're going to do is we are going to go to Zakharov's Wish, because I think that's... Oh, we're actually completely out of facility spots in Zakharov's Wish. Oh, and we're completely out of... Oh no. We're completely out of population spot or habitations for more people in Zakharov's Wish, but we are building a habit, and that's good. 5 Genesis points to finish. Let's see. I think we've got 38. Yeah, about 38. So that would put us back down to 33. Yeah, we basically have to. I mean, I don't feel forced into this, but just the fact that we're completely out of spaces for more people to live really makes me feel like that would be a good investment of Genesis points. So now we have is level 1 Habdown, which is more than tripled, almost quadrupled. Actually, I think it's only just tripled. No, no, no. No, no. It has almost quadrupled the amount of space that Zakharov's Wish has to house people. And that is incredible to me as well. A lot of stuff in this game is actually pretty incredible. Let's see. We've got one Hab Dome and one Hab Complex being constructed. We can spare a slot for an Antigen Suite. Oh wait, does that take oxygen from the atmosphere? Wait. Okay, we don't need a mining revenue boost. Now hold on, everybody. I think. Okay, borehole. No. Imogen Suite. 9 million credits. Okay, they're upping the game. Is a culture point worth almost 1 million credits? No, almost 2 million credits. Because before it was really is 1% independence worth 900,000 credits? Oh, this would set us back so far in the independence movement. I really have to refuse. I'm sorry, Metanational Corporation. But we're just too close. We are too close. I almost did that. Man, if they offer me 15 million credits, 15, 1 5, not 50. But if they offered 50 million, 50 million credits for a 10% reduction in the independence movement, that would be way too good of an offer to pass up, even for 2 culture points, in my opinion. That would be so over the top. 3 free Genesis points. Let's go ahead and do this, I think. I'll be right back, everybody. We are back. We now have 5 more Genesis points. And we're looking at the Atmogen Suite. Okay, it adds oxygen. I was pretty worried there that the Atmogen Suite actually took oxygen, but no, we're good. We are good in terms of oxygen production. Now, I don't wholly plan on actually building a palladium mine, another one, but if we find a large enough vein somewhere where we can build, that's a pretty big vein. Oh, it's right there. 600,000. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's worth it. Whoa. I didn't realize how many pay dirts of silver we had here. And also let's look at depletion. 1 day, 12 hours, 24 minutes. 8 days, 15 hours, 32 minutes. In 2 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes. Okay. So what this transmission is, mining revenue boost. No thanks. Okay. So now we should be pulling 189,000, which is really pretty good. Now, of course, this isn't about the money. But it's still really cool to see that we're pulling almost 200,000 credits per minute of revenue, which is why which is not the whole reason why I'm hesitant to accept offers from metanational corporations that come at the cost of a reduction in the independence movement. No thanks. But also, just because I don't want to sell out to the people of Mars, that would just not be a very wholesome thing for me to do as a supreme overlord of the planet, and really of all planets in this game. Because if you think about it, I'm the one directing how the people spend their money, more or less, how much the people are working, what the people are doing with the extra money that they have. This is a little bit of a this is a pretty this game puts you in a pretty significant position of power, and you have to use that power wisely, especially if you want to win the game, and if you want to not only just win the game, but also stay on good terms with the people that you're bringing to these planets. Because I don't know about you, but if I were brought to Mars, to Earth, to Wonka, which is a planet in the TRAPPIST-1 star system in this game, and the person who was directing the process by which the planet became habitable sold out even for 50 million credits, for $50 million. If they sold out and gave any degree of control over my life, over the life of my fellow citizens of the city, of the planet, and they just sold that out to a corporation whose only goal is to make money, not to help improve the lives of people all the time, but whatever it takes to make money. And of course, that's a little bit of a cliche to say, and of course, not all major corporations are like that. But the fact that you're giving away part of the independence movement for those credits kind of indicates that that's how those corporations, that's what the goal of those corporations are, is to start controlling those people's lives more so that they can earn more money. And to sell out any percentage of freedom for anybody, for any amount of money, just doesn't seem right to me. So that's why that's the biggest reason why, even if I were to be offered 50 million credits or 100 million credits in this game, even though this is all fictional, I don't think I could or would accept that offer, because as far ahead as that would put us financially, and we could do so many good things and make so much progress on so many huge projects like these satellites. With 100 million credits, we could build this space elevator, and of course we could get those 2 culture points back pretty quickly if for every colony we got at least 100 population per minute because of it. And we'd be getting pretty good return on investment, because we'd be getting 50,000 credits every single minute. Even with all of those benefits, I don't know if I would want to or even could and stay in terms with myself. I don't think I could just sell out all those tens of thousands of people for that much money. Now, I've been going on this rant for a while. I just realized that was probably a 5 or even a 10-minute rant that I was just on. But that's human freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to spend money on whatever you want, freedom to not have to listen to any one other person. Unless you believe in a God, then of course it's okay to listen to what he's telling you, with the obvious exception of telling you to take away the freedom, or the freedom to choose, the freedom to be oneself. If your God tells you to take away that choice, then I don't know if I would listen. But of course, I'm not going to tell you to do that, because that would be doing exactly what I just told you not to do. But anyways, sorry this waxed philosophical for the last couple of minutes, and I realize that we are almost to the end of the episode now. So, for the last little bit of the episode, why don't we just take a minute here and watch Mars turn on its axis. Just go from day to night, back to day, and see all of the progress that we've been making. This has been a truly magnificent, epic, and thrilling journey at every single turn. And I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed it as well, because I haven't looked at the statistics in a while, and I don't know if I can see from which videos people are subscribing, but I have a feeling that a lot of people who are coming to my channel and subscribing to it are subscribing because of this series. The series where every so often I'm trying to get it to the point where it's 3 times every week, but every so often I'll take an hour or 45 minutes and just lead you guys on this journey of taking a planet from the point where you could hardly stand on the surface of the planet without dying in mere moments, to the point where it's almost better to live there than it is here on Earth, because it's just so much better. The climate is so balanced, there's just enough oxygen, just enough water. Everything's just perfect, and that is just a truly inspirational an epic journey in every sense of the word, and I'm so glad that you guys are joining me for it. And we're going to take this transmission, and then after another couple of minutes, maybe we'll go over an hour for this one, but after a couple of minutes after this, I'm going to end the video, and that'll be the end of it for today. And I really hope that I'll see most or even all of you back here on Friday to see the next installment of this series where we're taking Mars from barren wasteland to lush paradise. Now, if you'll excuse me a moment, I'm going to take one more commercial break for this video. Alright, and we are back, everybody, from the commercial break. We've got 5 more Genesis points. Let's see what this transmission is. It's a cultural revenue boost. Now, I'm going to decline this one. I have a feeling we're going to get a better offer here in just a second. But for right now, let's have one more status update for this video. The year is 2086. We have roughly 5.4 million credits, and as we speak, the temperature, look at how far towards the green section the temperature is for the plants and the microbes. Now, of course, we don't have nearly enough pressure. Well, we're getting there. We're getting to where we have just about enough pressure, pardon the screen shake, and we have nowhere near enough oxygen right now. We still need a lot more oxygen, and we still need quite a bit more water. But we are getting there, and the progress is speeding up. And I have a feeling that in the next 2 to 3 episodes, we'll be at the point where we can legitimately introduce Primus Vivus X2, or whatever we decide to call it. But we can start introducing microbes onto the Martian surface, and it'll work. We won't have to support it. They'll thrive on their own, and sandstorms be damned, they're going to survive because they're just going to be doing that well. And from there, the progress we'll be making towards habitability and independence will truly be exponential, and it will be a very exciting time. And with that, and you see, I had a suspicion that this would happen. Now, I'm going to accept this, and I really hate to end on a commercial, so I'll maybe do a little bit more video after this. But after this, I'll have to leave you for today, and I'll be back Friday, I promise. Let's see. Plus 5% democracy. Yeah, why not? Now I'll be back. I'll be right back, everybody. Alright. Welcome back from the commercial break, everybody. We have nearly 6 million credits now. 43 Genesis points. And like I was just telling you before the commercial break, we are starting to make some real tangible progress towards making Mars a lush paradise for humans to live on. That's what this transmission is all about. Mining revenue boost. No thank you. Alright, now, we just got another culture point from a local artist in Zaharov's Wish who created a play that is being hailed as a true masterpiece and a landmark achievement in the development of culture on Mars. That is incredible. I mean, it's hard enough to write a play on its own, but a play that is being hailed as a true masterpiece and a landmark of cultural achievement for a planet. True, there's not that much culture on this planet. I mean, it is only 1 or 2 generations from when we've started. But that is still a monumental achievement, and it's no wonder that it's given us a new culture point to put towards independence or whatever else we want. But for me, as always, every culture point we earn goes directly towards becoming independent. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fantastic note to end on. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I know this video drug out a little bit longer than normal. And I know that I did wax a little bit philosophical there at the end. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking through to this point in the series with me. Oh, excuse me. But thank you everyone so much for watching, for coming back every time, and for supporting this channel. And as always, everybody, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.